You're listening to You and the Law on 938 Live. I'm Keith D'Souza. We're talking about mediation today, and if you have questions on mediation, perhaps you are undergoing some form of litigation or intending to and want to end it as we speak, perhaps mediation's for you, and you have a question for Dana, 669-11938, the number. We are speaking today with Dana Grossman again, Senior Mediator at Mediate. I'm Keith D'Souza. Dana, have you ever thrown up your hand and said, no, I can't reach an agreement between the two of you?
Yeah, it happened, of course. By coming to mediation, it's a perfect solution. It's the best alternative in order to keep the control within your hand, as we've mentioned last week. So by coming to mediation, you actually say, okay, it's a win-win situation for sure. Court is always waiting for me because the process of mediation is without prejudice, which means your legal rights remain protected.
Okay.
You come to the process, you try your best to reach a mutual agreement. So you keep the control over the outcome, which elsewhere you can't. It's shorter, as we said last week. It's price. Sure. It's cheaper for you, and you get to keep the relationship with the other party because you come and amicably actually talk about things. But I had a few cases, I think one or two, last year, that people came and they weren't really willing to settle. They came in order to give it a try, but one of the cases, he was too stubborn, and I think it had something to do with ego.
Okay.
You know, ego.
The face.
Yes, exactly. Has a very big presence in mediation, as it has in every other aspect, and negotiation table as well. So if you come to the table of negotiation or mediation, it doesn't matter, and you're able to hear the other party, agree or disagree, it's up to you, but you're able to focus on your interest, then most likely will be able to reach a mutual agreement because it's clearly what you want to achieve. But if you come and you don't let yourself and you don't give a chance to the process to identify your own interest behind your positions, then it's almost impossible to reach an agreement. Because if I come and I say A and you come and you say B, it's fair enough. But A and B, it's almost impossible to negotiate and to mediate. But if we look what's behind A, why do you ask for 100,000 K? What is your interest, your real interest? So it's about having the cash flow, and it's about paying your workers, and it's about paying for the merchandise and goods that you have, and it's about your pride, etc. So suddenly we have 5 topics on the board. It's not only about money anymore. It's about trust, it's about reputation, it's about payment, it's about cash flow, etc., etc. And the other party, it's not about I don't want to pay anymore, about ego, it's about what's behind this ego.
I want to teach you a lesson.
I want to teach you a lesson. Fair enough, but how can we negotiate with that? It's a bit limited, it's a bit narrow. But if you check what's behind this position that he presented in the mediation or negotiation, it's the same. You can actually make a bigger list, a longer list of issues. So the potential to succeed and find something mutual to work with is much higher. The bigger interest you put on the table, the longer list that you actually present, you actually make the surface of negotiation bigger, and then the potential to reach an agreement is higher, of course.
You know, some people would say, yes, it's a win-win situation. Okay, we both walk away, maybe not smiling, but a little satisfied. But when I want recourse, you know, emotions running high as well, what would you say to people that say mediation is a hit-and-miss affair? That, you know, I won't get a 99% success rate, but, you know, why am I doing this? If I go to court, maybe I will get satisfaction and my ego is going to be satisfied.
So I guess the answer is within your question.
Right.
By saying maybe, already you have no control and no certainty.
Okay.
Right. So when you're coming to mediation, you actually lose nothing, but you enlarge the pie of possibilities to win something.
Okay.
If you go, court is always waiting. We just said it before,
yes,
right?
it's always there.
So it's always there, so you have nothing to lose. But when you go to court, you choose nothing. You don't choose the judge. You don't choose the time. You never know how much it's going to cost you, how long it's going to be dragged on. You never know what he's going to decide because the law is very clear. But the interpretation that the judge has the opportunity to do, you never know how it's going to go. because he has the experience and he knows how it's going to impact the future, etc. So certainty about zero when you go to court. Control over the outcome about zero when you go to court. And things are escalating only by entering the courthouse. Only by sending this letter of you're invited to court for this and that time, the other party already escalating his feelings and his anger. So if you come to mediation, you actually avoid all this escalation. You come to the table, it's a mutual negotiation, but you have the third party to help you to deal with your emotion. It's okay to ventilate. It's okay to talk about what's bothering you. It's okay to say that you're angry and you feel betrayed and you feel that it's unfair, etc., etc. But from all those feelings and positions and emotions that are being brought to the table, I'll be able to locate and to identify with you what do you really want to achieve. Because if you go and fight, it doesn't mean that you're right. And most people say that even when they go to court, even if they get what they wanted, they don't feel as satisfied as they could have done outside of court, because they can reach the same agreement by not going to court and sit down and negotiate mutually.
We're speaking today with senior mediator Dana Grossman from MeD 8 Singapore. We'll talk about case studies after Headline News Sports and Business. So keep it